Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome back to Headbanger's Closet. Hope you're all doing well and ready for the weekend. It's Friday night here and I want to do a just-in video for you guys. So sit back, grab a beer, and let's get right to it. First record I want to show you guys that I just got in is Def Leppard's second full-length record, High and Dry. Came out in 1981. I'm a huge Def Leppard fan, and this is a original UK pressing that I picked up from a guy here in Atlanta. He was looking to get rid of his entire record collection. I'll be honest with you, this is the only thing the dude had that I was interested in. But for a pretty good price, I picked it up, and great record. I'm a huge fan of Def Leppard. However, I kind of got off the ride after Hysteria. I liked Hysteria, but it was a little bit too poppy, MTV friendly for me. I'm a huge Def Leppard fan of their first three records. The debut, On Through the Night, and then High and Dry, and then Pyromania. And I gotta say, High and Dry is probably my favorite Def Leppard record. I mean, it's got Let It Go, kicks off the record, one of the best album openers. I would put it up in the top 10 of best album openers in metal and hard rock of all time. Yeah, great tunes like that one, Let It Go, Bringing on the Heartbreak, Lady Strange is badass, Mirror Mirror is amazing tune. I just really love this record, and it's actually in really good shape for original copy. Well, there's a pretty bad crease right here, and there's definitely some wear and tear, but overall it's not in bad shape. You got the inner sleeve with the picture of the guys in the band. And then just the record, yeah, it's split pretty good right here. But, you know, not in too bad shape. Like I said, I didn't pay a ton for it. The record's a little scratched, otherwise sounds okay. This might be one of those where I might just play the reissue and keep this one for the collection just so I don't further damage it. Because let's be honest, I'm kind of clumsy and I have a tendency to make things that are kind of broken a little bit worse. So, yeah, great album. Def Leppard's High and Dry, second full length. Really, really good record. Just that great new wave of traditional heavy metal. New wave of British heavy metal, I should say, because they're Brits. Great stuff. If you dig that early Def Leppard, you're definitely going to dig that one. I'm sure you've all heard it because it's a huge record. And if you're not metal fans, you're probably not watching my channel anyway, so you know that record. Yeah, I've had a few too many of these tonight, can't you tell? It's going to be a fun episode, right? Anyway, next record I picked up was another original UK pressing. Got this one online at Slayer's South of Heaven. And I've got a couple of these already, but I really wanted this one because it has the sticker, the hype sticker, and then the caution. Some lyrics may be, you know, inappropriate for some listeners right there. So, pretty cool. And so, again, really good condition. And much like Def Leppard, Slayer, where I didn't get off the ride because Slayer's always been awesome, but this is a kind of an underappreciated album. Everybody thinks about Rain and Blood, which came before it, and Seasons in the Abyss, which come after it, but South of Heaven is an amazing album. To me, it's almost flawless. I got the Def Jam, the Rick Rubin Def Jam records right there, and the lyrics to the tunes. Yeah. What did I just say about making things a little worse? Yeah, almost did it again right there. Anyway, there's a picture of the guys right there looking, you know, young because they were in the mid-'80s. But, you know, like I said, it's almost a flawless record in my opinion. It is, without a doubt, my favorite Slayer album. I've never hid that fact. I've made it known on this channel before. It's a great record, often overlooked because, like I said, it gets sandwiched between two heavy metal, like, royalty albums in Rain and Blood and Seasons in the Abyss. However, I think it's just a phenomenal record. You got South of Heaven, Side A, you got South of Heaven. It kicks off in Silent Scream, Live Undead, Behind the Crooked Cross, Mandatory Suicide. Side 2, you got Ghosts of War, Read Between the Lies, Cleanse the Soul, Dissident Aggressor, which is a Judas Priest cover. Awesome. They do a really good job. And then the album ends with Spill the Blood. Phenomenal record. They play a lot of tunes off the album live, what they did back when they were still touring. I've seen most of this album played live in its, you know, not in its entirety, but all the times I've seen Slayer, I've seen pretty much every song from this album played live. It's just a great record. Love the thing. The next one I want to show you guys is a newer band I just kind of came across within the last 2 years or so. They're called Spirit Adrift. I believe it's a two-piece from Texas, like Houston, Austin, Texas, but Really, really great band. This is their EP, which came out last year in 2021. It's called Forge Your Future, just 3 songs on it. You got Forge Your Future, Wake Up, and Invisible Enemy. They're like a doomy band in the vein of Black Sabbath, a little bit, not like a Chemist. They're just so much better, in my opinion, than Chemist. I like Chemist, no disrespect to them, but these guys are just really, really good. If you like heavy guitar riffs and really cool solos, you're going to love Spirited Drift. But their last full-length record, which for some reason I can't remember the damn name of it, but it was a phenomenal album. Really, really good. They took that doom metal Black Sabbath 70s guitar riffs and brought it into the modern era and kind of made it more like traditional American heavy metal sounding. Really, really good stuff. One of my favorite records in my collection was, and I can't remember the goddamn name of the record, but anyway, this is the EP that came out in 2021. Forge Your Future, really, really cool. 3-song EP. Like I said, give them a listen. Pretty cool photo right there of like some galaxy and some alien right there, and the lyrics to the tunes. And this is on some kind of like orange marbleized vinyl. There's the label right there, and on the side B, there is no label. Really, really cool stuff. Great, upbeat, heavy, just groovy guitar riffs. Like I said, if you like kick-ass guitar riffs, really, really good guitar solos, you'll love this band. Definitely check them out. There's, like I said, 2 guys in the band, but they're doing a lot of like multi-guitar kind of harmonies and everything, and they're just really, really cool stuff. Highly recommend everybody checking them out. And speaking of newer bands and, traditional American heavy metal, this is an album I just picked up recently from Haunt. It's called Burst Into Flame. God, I gotta not drink as much when I do these videos. Anyway, from Trevor Church Recordings. Trevor is the main man behind the band. He writes all the songs, plays all the instruments. He just gets some people to be in the band when they go on tour. Really, really cool stuff. This is, I think, their 2nd or 3rd full length. Burst Into Flames. Really, really good album. Again, if you like good, just old-fashioned heavy metal guitar riffs that you could put it on and you don't know whether it came from 1978, 1988, 98, or 2008. You never know. It's just one of those albums that's that good. Standout tracks, in my opinion: Burst Into Flame, Reflections, Wanderlust, Frozen in Time, and Heroes are probably Frozen in Time and Heroes are the 2 best songs on the album, in my opinion. Can't Get Back and Looking Glass. Really, really cool stuff. And one thing I got to say about Trevor is you purchase everything through the Haunt Bandcamp page, and he puts out quality merch. Like, I cannot get enough of how awesome his stuff is. From multiple styles of t-shirts, sweatshirts, pants, shorts, patches, jackets, hats, multiple versions of the records, different colored variants, picture discs. In fact, he just released one today on April 1st. Really, really cool record. I listened to a little bit of it today when I was working out, but he puts out great stuff, just quality stuff, and it's only $20 a record. It's all these dudes charging. And you get the lyrics to the tunes, and then the Burst Into Flame right there. This is one of, I think, like the 3 or 4 different colored vinyl options you can get of this record. And it's the orange and black pinwheel. Really cool stuff. I really dig this band. They've got a huge following on Facebook. He's got the Haunt fan club. There's a lot of people on that. They're really cool, kind of, talking to each other, make some friends that are into the band. Not touring anywhere near me, but he's doing a huge tour like in the West Coast. And then they're playing that Hell's Heroes Festival in Houston, Texas later this month, which huge show, an amazing lineup on that bill down in Houston sometime later this month in April. Check it out online, Hell's Heroes. But yeah, they're going on tour. If they're touring anywhere near you, I highly recommend checking them out. I don't think the ticket is that expensive, maybe $25, $30. Definitely worth the price of admission. Really, really great stuff from Haunt. I'm a huge fan of him. I've got all his records, multiple versions of the records. I've showed a few before. Got a ton of shirts. I've worn them on this channel. Just really, really great band. Just, you can sing along to the lyrics. Killer riffs, killer solos. Just love all that stuff. Just badass band, badass records. So the next album I want to talk about is going to be, actually the next few, they're going to be talked about, not just on this video, but I'm going to do other videos as well. And this particular record is Sepultura's Beneath the Remains. Came out in 1989. And I got to say right off the bat, just like South of Heaven, this thing is absolutely flawless. It will be, I'm going to be doing a video very soon of 80s thrash albums that you really need to pay attention to. Kind of like underrated or underappreciated thrash records. Just this thing is so amazing. Side 1, you've got Beneath the Remains, Inner Self, Stronger Than Hate, Mass Hypnosis. For side 1, I'll put that up there with any side 1 in heavy metal and hard rock. Just great side 1. Side 2, you got Sarcastic Existence, Slaves of Pain, Lobotomy, Hungry, and Primitive Future. And then on the second record, it's a gatefold 2 LP set. On Roadrunner Records, I just picked this up about, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks ago or so. Basically, the next record, sides 1 and side 2, are just a lot of like bonus tracks, live stuff, instrumental stuff of the songs on the record. So let's just show you guys what this thing looks like here. And again, you get all the inner sleeves and photos, but I just kind of want to keep moving things along. There it is right there from Roadrunner Records on a kind of like orange, kind of sort of orange creamsicle style, so pretty cool. Excuse me. Let's get the sucker back there. There we go. All right, the next record is another one I'm going to do another video on. It's going to be on an episode of where I'm stealing this idea from my buddy VK. Go check out the Zeppro channel. I'll put a link down below. Super cool dude. Love the guy. He's one of my closest friends. But he kind of inspired me to do these series. Again, I gotta quit drinking too many of these before I start filming. But he does these series where he does like the concert and then the record. Or record and concert. Anyway, I'm gonna do Pantera's Great Southern Trendkill from the time I saw them on the Ozfest when they were touring this record. So, this is my favorite Pantera record. I actually saw them at the Strand in Providence, Rhode Island on the Far Beyond Driven tour. I was a sophomore in high school when they came out on that tour. It was great, but it wasn't, and I liked them. Big fan, I had the CDs, played them all the time in the car. But it wasn't until this record came out that I just kind of was like, from Pantera fan to like, holy shit, these guys are freaking awesome. I love these dudes. And it's just something about this record. I mean, it's dark, it's very depressing, and I think, you know, I was in that time as like, you know, when it came out, I think I was at community college, just out of high school when it came out. And I was kind of in that time, like, you know, I was living at home with my mom, and I had no friends because they all went off to college. And I was stuck in town and going to community college, and just like kind of like the dark, depressive song lyrics and content kind of like, you know, reached out to me, so to speak. And, you know, it's obviously super duper heavy. I mean, God, Living Through Me is one of the heaviest friggin' riffs of all time. I mean, one of not just Dime's best, but heavy metal's best. Just great riff. I love the Suicide Note Part 1, Suicide Note Part 2, Floods, that exit, you know, outro guitar solo from Dime. I'll just put that thing on, just like play it, rewind it over and over again. Just phenomenal. Love the thing, just so badass. Love the cover of this thing too, that, you know, that snake, rattlesnake. So I picked this up recently on eBay. There's some kind of reissue going on. It says made in France. So let's check it out. Well, you get kind of like, you know, just like the CD, you get like the lyrics to the tunes and the kind of the photo of the snake and the guys in the skull, more lyrics and liner notes. But this one's kind of on like a orange, another like orange creamsicle type of deal. More cream than orange, but there we go right there. It is, let's see, East West Records. I'm trying to see if you can see it right there. The EW, East West Records, right there. That's pretty cool. I dig the colored vinyl. It sounds good. Just absolutely great record. Another one of those albums that I feel people kind of forget about. Obviously, everybody talks about, you know, Vulgar Display of Power and, you know, the Far Beyond Driven and Reinventing the Steel is a great record. But I think this one kind of gets forgot about. And it's just as good, if not better, than some of those other albums. So definitely my favorite of Pantera's catalog. And look, I love Pantera. I've got everything they've ever put out. But I'm not like a huge Pantera fan. But when I hear that album, it's just like every, you know, in the top 10 of my favorite heavy metal albums of all time. So I love it. Next one I got is another newer band. I just picked up their 2 7-inch. It's called Fueled by Fire, Past, Present, No Future. This is their latest release, just came out a few weeks ago. And they released 2 of them. You got white 7-inch of the album. And, yeah, I could have bought one. They did have the option, but I didn't really notice it. I kind of thought you had to buy both of them, which, let's be honest, I'm a collector. I'm going to buy them both anyway. So there's the black version. They included a patch right here, and it's the black version right here. These guys are really cool. They got a couple of records. They originally kind of sounded like, like old school thrash metal from the 80s. But this particular record sounds a lot like, Power Trip. Like they're that kind of crossover, heavy metal, thrash metal type of stuff. What they're calling crossover these days. I just call it metal. It's really, really good. But it's definitely in the vein of like a Power Trip, a Lowest Creature type of stuff. Really good stuff though. Sounds great. Guitar riffs are super heavy. Cool solos. Really, really great lyrics. Fueled by Fire, Past, Present, No Future. Check them out. Really, really good stuff. The next one I want to talk about, we're getting close to the end here. I'm running up close on a little past 16 minutes. Picked up another original pressing of Iron Maiden's Number of the Beast. This is a first U.S. pressing on vinyl. So I kind of wanted to just get the whole collection. I've got Japan, UK, and now I've got U.S. So, look, what can I say about Number of the Beast? You all know this album. You all love it. Great record. One of the best albums, heavy metal albums of all time. So, yeah. Really stoked to have that particular version in my collection. And here we come to another one of those 80s thrash records that is going to be on that list of underappreciated 80s thrash records. Exhumers, Possessed by Fire. And holy shit, is this thing amazing. I mean, we should all be talking more about this particular record and this band, as a matter of fact. Possessed by Fire, Destructive Solution, Fallen Saint, Immortal in Black on side A. Flip it over to side B, and the metal does not stop there. You've got Sorrows of Judgment, Xiron Dogstar, I didn't pronounce that. Reign of Sadness, Journey to Oblivion, and Silent Death. This thing is freaking phenomenal. Thrash record. If you're into thrash metal, you're going to love this album. It's got everything you want and more. I picked this up on eBay because, let's face facts, this album wasn't really massively circulated in America, so there ain't a ton of dudes in the States looking to unload the thing. So I picked this up off of a nice dude in South Korea. Super cool guy. I bought it, and within about 18 seconds of me hitting the purchase button, I had some nice positive feedback from this guy. So it's really good condition. There's some kind of there's some creases right here, and some bends, and there's a crease right here, and some of the record ring that I love. If you guys watch my channel long enough, you know how much I love that. Phenomenal record. It's so good. You guys got to check it out. If you love thrash metal, especially 80s thrash metal, check this album out. Phenomenal. Badass. Drink. I said badass again. Keep drinking. If you haven't been watching my channel very much, some friends and viewers said I say badass a whole lot on my videos, and they made a drinking game. So when I say it, they drink and get drunk, and so let's join in. I'm always one to follow along, right? And the last record I want to talk about is another Pantera record, Reinventing the Steel. This is the anniversary issue. This thing came out. I bought this on Amazon. It's on eBay. It's on what's the record company? This one, yeah, Rhino Records. You go to Rhino Records website. Well, look, try to save a few bucks. I bought it on Amazon with shipping included. I ended up saving like $8-9. So you know what? That's money going towards another record. So you get the original album cover, kind of like sleeve, if you want to put it in it. And these are on kind of like metallic silver vinyl. Doesn't look that great in my opinion. There are some like creases. Like, you ever drive by somebody who tries to tint their windows themselves and they can't quite get it on without some cracks and creases? That's what this kind of looks like right there. But whatever. I mean, it wasn't all that expensive, and I'm probably not going to listen to this version all that much. I've got others. I just really liked it. I thought it was cool, you know. This is another album that, just like Great Southern Trendkill, was, you know, a huge part of my like college years. So yeah, I gotta have it. So there's the other sleeve right there, some liner notes and stuff like that. And then the second record is basically the exact same as the first one, that metallic silver. So yeah, there you have it. There's a bunch of records I just got into my collection. Hope you dig them. If you want to talk about any of them, leave me a comment down below. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. And yeah, keep drinking some beers. Everybody enjoy your weekend. And I will have another video for you guys very soon. As always, cheers, guys.